Ace deuce off, early position, fold. King 10 under the gun, 30 big blinds, fold. Jack 7, Ace 6 suited. Okay, let's see what happens here. On the button, might play this, depends what happens in front of us. Okay, this guy open limps the cutoff with antes in play, which means he's terrible, so on the button I'm going to raise over this guy. Not too much. I don't want to raise the full 4x because it's kind of inflating the pot too much. I made it 422 over him. I want to isolate him because he's just going to call, even if he does call pre-flop, which he will a lot, he's going to check fold almost all flops that he doesn't connect with. So unfortunately, big blind comes along for like for like a third of his stack, which is ridiculous. But this guy does fold. We totally whiffed the flop, but this guy has less than a pot size bet left, so when he checks to us, we're shoving for sure. I made it look a little less than a shove because sometimes it has a little bit of a psychological effect, making them think, oh, he really wants me in, when of course I don't. But I'm committed, obviously, to call the extra 25 or whatever it is. But yeah. Anyways, and he folds, so that worked out. I didn't show that. It looks like I showed it. I didn't show that. Okay, deuce 4 off, queen 8, 9 10, king 8, ace 6 in early position, queen jack another gun. Okay, 10 7. I think I get a walk here. Okay, yeah. Garbage, 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 garbage. Ace 2 under the gun, garbage, 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 garbage. Actually, like in a spot like this, if it had folded to me, I know that it didn't because I played these hands, then I would shove here for sure, but someone had to come in front of me. Okay, yeah, so it's a definite fold. Okay, hold on just a second. I'm gonna pause the video for a sec here. Okay, now we have ace queen here in the what is that, middle position. And okay, oh, actually, hold on, let me pause it. Okay, so I have ace queen here and 16 big blinds or so. Let's see what happens. Okay, this guy min raises. He's been min raising a lot. He's a total fish. This is a really easy reshift. So reshift, and he calls. He's got 2 9s, so we got to win a flip. Looks like we're gonna do it, and we do. Ship. Okay, got queen jack here, probably a fold, yeah. This guy's shoving under the gun, that's a fold. Okay, king 9 will be a fold. Hold on, let me scroll over here. Okay, yeah. I fold a bunch of hands in a row here. Garbage, 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 garbage. Okay, 10-8 suited. In middle position, I have about 20 big blinds. I have enough where I can raise and fold to a reshove. And all these guys have big enough stacks where they're not going to be reshoving on me light. They'll pretty much have to have a hand to play. So this is a pretty good spot for a steal. So I go for it and I take it down. Yeah, I take it down with the 10-8 suited, not the king 3. I don't know. That's a visual, but king 3 fold, king 7 fold, 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 fold. Okay, 2 queens, obviously we're not going to be folding. We only have about 13 big blinds here. Let's see what happens. Folds to me. I make a smallish raise. I'm trying to induce a reshove or some kind of action. Okay, flop comes king 8-8, which is not too bad. If either of these guys had ace king, they're just gonna re-raise me pre-flop. So we're only really worried about like the king queen or something like that, or like slow played aces. So now it goes check. I decide to check. My stack size, I only have a little bit more than a pot size bet. I could just shove, but no worse hand is going to call me. I figure if I check here, I can induce a bet from this guy and then shove to get a little bit of extra money when I'm good. And if I'm behind, I'm just behind. That's just the way it goes. So he bet, I check shove, and then he folds. So we take down a good spot. Garbage, 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 garbage. Okay, 9s here. This is interesting. Big stack limps under the gun. I didn't really have much of a read on the big stack, but I thought he was probably pretty bad. But I have like over 20 big blinds, like 22, so I could just shove, but it's kind of a lot, and he could be limping strong. So I decided to just complete here and see what happens. And I figure if the big blind shoves and then this guy folds, then I can snap call a big blind shove. And big blind raises kind of smallish, and then the under the gun player folds, so that opens it up for me to reship on him in a pretty good spot. And let's see what happens. He calls. We both have 9s. We chop it up. Okay, next hand. Hold on just a second. Okay, and so now we got 6-4 off. That's going to be a fold. Fold. Okay, ace-8 off here. I have over, well, not over. I have about 18 big blinds here. Again, this is not a bad spot for a steal, and you have to steal a lot of pots at this level, so I went for it. This is my standard opening size here. I would do it whether I had aces or ace-8, whatever. Obviously, I'm going to call this small blind if he shoves. He doesn't have enough chips to get me to fold. Everyone else I'll probably fold to a shove. Unfortunately, there's these fish who like to flat at these stakes, which makes, at these stack sizes, which makes no sense. But this is a decent flop. I decided to check, not really giving up on the pot, but kind of trying to rep a king, or what he thinks I might do if I had a king. And unfortunately, he bets a pretty sizable amount, so I just give up to him. If he had checked back, I was going to fire most turns. I could see bet there, but in addition to trying to represent a king on later streets, if he has any like pocket pair or something, he's probably just going to go with it. Anything above 8s, which I think he might have in his range. So, okay, so queen deuce, we're going to fold 9-7, early position fold, 6-7 fold. Here we have under 10 big blinds now. That last blind raise is big, but the under the gun player raises, so we can't do anything. Okay, ace-9, we're going to be shipping here, most likely. Let's see what happens in front of us. Okay, this guy shoves. He's super short. This is a really easy reship here. ISO. Oops, sorry. Really easy ISO reship. And what do you have? I make 2 pair. He had the good old 8-3 suited, which is actually a pretty standard shove there. I like his shove. 8 deuce off, fold. 2 queens. Obviously, we're not going to be folding no matter what. This guy overbet open shoves, so we're snap calling. And he's got ace-9, and the board rolls out. Very nice for us, and we take down a big pot. Fold, fold, fold. Fold, fold. Now we have enough chips where we can afford to fold over 20 big blinds. We have one of the bigger stacks probably. Okay, but we won't be folding this. We got king in the middle position. I'm making my standard open, which is about 2.5. Just looking for someone to re-steal on me. This guy flats, which is atrocious. No matter what he has, he should either reship or fold. Flop comes ace king 4-5. That's pretty bad for me, because if he's such a terrible player, then hands like ace 10 suited, ace jack, ace queen, he might play like that. Even ace king, he might just call pre-flop. It's a pretty bad flop for me against a bad player. Against a good player, it's not a particularly bad flop. But anyways, he checks. I check it back, and I go ahead and bink a king. So that's always nice. And now he leads. It looks like he's pot committed, and it looks like he probably has an ace here. I could just shove right here, but I decided to just call in case he's bluffing, to induce a bluff on the river. And now on the river, he checks. I shove for value. He calls with ace 10, and that's that.